Hey y'all, June 19th. Listen, if you don't care, can you please try to help me reposting? I am in TikTok jail, and that's the only way I get out. If I could do it myself, I would do it, but unfortunately, this is something, it's only you guys that can help me. And people need to know the truth about what's going on. Everybody, everybody calls me a fear monger and says I'm doing bad and what's going to happen is going to happen. Trust the Lord, da 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 da. But you forget the amount of people that are out here living life, ignoring everything and being willfully ignorant to what's going on. If those people had to actually deal with what's going on and hear the truth, they would have to face things. It will make them realize how close they are. That's the whole reason he tells us to be watchful and to warn, because there's people who refuse to look. They don't want to look at what's coming at them. They want to bury their head in the sand. So it's up to us to go say, no, you can't do that. Listen, it's coming. Now, when you tell me to shut up and quit and da da da, I'm going to heaven. I've got the Lord. I ain't fearing. That's great. But what about everybody else? Isn't that awfully selfish of you? Oh, because you have the Lord, you just want me to shut up now. You don't want to have to hear it. You don't want to have to deal with it. You've got him. That's all that matters. Forget everybody else. Forget the lost. You have him. Okay, go ahead, I guess. No, I'm gonna go after the ones that ain't in the fold yet. I'm not just gonna sit back and wait on Jesus to pick me up and not do nothing. Um, but if you can do that, you go right ahead. I'm gonna do what the Bible says to do, though, and it's definitely not bury your head in the sand, pretend like things don't exist. Um, but that's why I'm so ardent about this. So every time you leave a video saying fearmonger or whatever, you're basically saying you're being selfish because you don't care about the people that don't know yet. You only care that you don't want to have to hear it because you're good. That's that somebody needs to tell you that. You need to hear that. Sometimes we need somebody to help us hold a mirror up because we refuse to look at ourselves. And we're living in a day and time where we got to be tolerant. We can't offend. God forbid we tell somebody the truth. God forbid we have standards. That just, oh, awful. No, I'm going to stand on truth. Okay, now, here's where we're standing right now. It's the 19th of June. And remember, it's Friday and it's already a holiday. So, stock market is free reign. You can go ahead, and things are getting crazy. So, last night, Israel actually started a ground invasion into Lebanon along with fighting, heavy fighting. Hezbollah did fire some rockets into northern Israel before that. The response is a little disproportionate. It's not that I'm saying that they don't need to respond, but it's a disproportionate response. One that he knows is going to be answered. So here we go. Anyway, since that happened last night, we've closed the strait back down. From what I understand, about 25 vessels made it through during that 48 hours. But now they're saying that they're closing it back down. Now here's what Trump's saying. I will be able to prevent Israel from attacking Lebanon. They respect me and do what I say. My relationship with Netanyahu is good, but we need to keep them somewhat rational. No, he can't. And Iran knows that. Israel knows that. And apparently the only one that doesn't is him. But that's another reason why I believe he's been turned over to a reprobate mind. He truly believes the things he says. So then he says he's going to be able to keep this old boy reined in. Okay, let's see what's happening with that. So Netanyahu announced Israel will not tolerate attacks on our soldiers or on our territory, and it will exact a very heavy price from Hezbollah for such attacks. The IDF will act to thwart any threat to our forces and our territory. As I have stated unequivocally, including yesterday, Israel will remain in the security zone in southern Lebanon for as long as necessary in order to protect the communities of northern Israel. Now, what he's talking about during the fighting that happened last night through the night, I think it's 4 Israeli soldiers were killed, and Hezbollah had casualties and fatalities on their side too. This was a massive battle. So I kind of feel like Trump cannot rein him in. I don't feel like he's going to do what he says. Also, J.D. Vance gave a press conference yesterday where Caroline's still out, I guess. And he basically is talking about how Netanyahu needs to be careful about what he says when America is literally the only country in the world that's your ally, that's in your corner, and all this stuff. And I went to the comments, and like people are like, "Whoa, wait a minute! I didn't expect this. What's going on? I don't understand." There's one thing this country hates more than Trump and this administration, and that's blue and white. And man, I tell you what, I people, and here's the thing: people don't understand. They're not going to have people that don't understand the Bible and about the false peace and about being the end times and how what happens. They're going to be so confused. This is going to be so confusing. Allies are going to be changing. Enemies are going to be changing. Civilizations are going to be changing. Peace and then suddenness. It's going to be so mind-jarring and confusing for people that don't know what's going on. They don't have the foundation to hold on to. It's so sad. That's why I'm out here screaming at the top of my lungs trying to warn people. There's people that don't have it yet, that don't know about the Lord yet, that don't know about the things happening yet. All they know is chaos is happening, and they're miserable and they have no hope and they want to find it. That's why I do this. It still blows my mind that there's people that want me to stop that say they're Christians. So many people. Too many people to stop. But anyway, this is where we're at. We're in probably the most dire situation at the moment we've ever been in. Honestly. And like I said, they closed the Strait of Hormuz back down. And I want you to understand something else. That's why all this was done in the beginning part of the week when the market was open. And what happened to the market when there's a peace deal, a MOU, everything's great. What happened? The Dow shot up. Barrels went down to like under $77. Oh, and he's out here. And then guess what? Today, a holiday, banks are closed, stock market's closed, and all hell is breaking loose. That's no coincidence. What you just saw this past week was called market padding. They knew this weekend was going to be astronomically huge on the market, so you've got to get ahead of it. You've got to pad it. It needs as much cushion as possible. So before it closes, you run up the Dow, the NASDAQ, all that, S&P, and then you oil drops, Brent crude drops, all that, and then the stock market closes and then everything goes down. That is all planned. When this thing explodes, I expect the stock market to just crash. When we go full blown, we're going to go full blown. We're trying to maintain something we can't maintain. And it's a boiling pot that's getting ready to just blow the lid off any minute. Everything's alleged for entertainment only. Love you, mean.